On the eve of Egypt's runoff parliamentary elections, these candidates were left with no option but to protest. Muslim Brotherhood and opposition party candidates have demonstrated against a number of violations, including vote rigging, violence, and obstruction of opposition candidates. Following the announcement of the results of the first phase of the parliamentary elections, both Liberal Al-Wafd and the Muslim Brotherhood announced their withdrawal from the elections.
The message of today's demonstration is that this parliament is illegitimate. There are also calls to cancel the elections in many constituencies.
The first stage of the Egyptian parliamentary elections had left the National Democratic Party in control of 95% of seats, while the Muslim Brotherhood, the country's largest opposition group, won no seats at all, amid allegations of vote rigging orchestrated by the government to ensure these results. The Brotherhood had in the outgoing parliament 88 seats, or 1/5 of the total number of seats, heavily criticized constitutional amendments in 2007, had put the monitoring of the elections in the hands of the government-appointed Supreme Elections Committee, rather than the judicial system. Egypt barred international observers of the vote, seeing it as an infringement over its sovereignty.
There were no elections, only a group of thugs that rigged the elections with the help of security forces.
What happened was a fraud. It's a political suicide for the regime. Because if it's smart, it would open up the door for free and fair elections. But now no one represents the opposition in the parliament.
The Supreme Elections Committee had admitted to some irregularities in the voting process, but said that these don't undermine the integrity of the results. The ruling National Democratic Party's monopolization of parliament had left many in doubt of Egypt's political future, with the presidential elections set to take place in 10 months.
A majority win for the ruling National Democratic Party was never really in doubt, but even the most skeptical would not have expected that there will be no other voices in the parliament, which raises serious questions on how the government plans to execute next year's presidential elections. May Kamel, Press TV, Cairo.